At the start of the story, we see a powerful man named Finist and his follower Andy, venturing into the jungle to capture a massive wild boar that had been destroying the villagers' crops. The villagers were fed up with this beast. Even in the face of such a dangerous creature, Finist was fearless. He told Andy, "Everyone sees me as a hero. If I don't tame this boar, what honor will I have left?" Finist grabbed his weapon and attacked the boar, but his small strikes had no effect on the beast. To help, Andy also attacked with his weapon, but it accidentally struck the boar's nose, waking it from its slumber. Enraged, the boar charged toward Andy, but Finist stepped in its path. He used all his strength to stop it, yet the mighty creature was too powerful. With a slight push, the boar sent Finist flying into the air and he landed right on top of the beast. To subdue the boar, Andy threw a rope to Finist. As Finist caught it, the boar suddenly took flight. Finist tied the rope around the boar's wings and horns, gaining control over it. Soon, he was steering the flying boar as he wished and brought it back to the village. When the villagers saw Finist commanding such a massive creature, they began chanting his name in praise. Among the crowd was a sorceress named Baba Yaga. She challenged Finist, saying, "If you're so mighty, prove it." A large stone was blocking water near her house and she dared Finist to move it. Finist boasted, "I've faced far greater challenges than this petty task," and began recounting his tales of bravery. Baba Yaga retorted, "I won't believe it until I see it with my own eyes." The crowd burst into laughter, mocking Finist. Furious and humiliated, Finist stormed back home, seething at Baba Yaga. The villagers who once praised his bravery were now ridiculing him. Determined to prove his strength, Finist wanted to regain their admiration. Andy suggested a way to restore his reputation. There's a tower nearby where a demon is said to have imprisoned a beautiful princess. If you defeat the demon and free her, your name will echo across the world. Finist resolved to confront the demon. That night, Finist and Andy set out for the tower. Upon arriving, they found other warriors already there, also aiming to defeat the demon. However, these warriors weren't after fame. They wanted to marry the princess. When they asked who would claim her if they defeated the demon together, Finist declared, "I don't want the princess. I'm here to make a name for myself." He then confided in Andy that he wanted to face the demon alone and couldn't wait until morning. With that, he slipped into the tower through a window. Inside, Finist encountered the beautiful princess. She asked, "Have you come here to die?" Finist replied, "I've come to save you." Hearing this, the princess fled deeper into the tower. Finist grabbed her hand to stop her, but she broke free and hid behind a pillar. Suddenly, a snake attacked Finist from behind. As he fought, he realized it wasn't an ordinary snake. It was the demon's tail, the very creature he had come to defeat. Finist launched a barrage of attacks, but none worked. Desperate, he grabbed the snake's head, its mouth, and tried to tear it apart with all his strength. But the snake spat venom into his eyes, blinding him. Despite his blindness, Finist didn't give up. He fumbled with his foot to find his weapon and attacked again, but the demon vanished. Finist's relentless strikes caused the tower to crumble. The noise woke the other warriors who rushed to the collapsing structure. They found neither the princess nor the demon, only Finist buried under the rubble, slowly rising. When Andy learned Finist had lost his sight, he took him home. Blinded and enraged, Finist grew irritable. Unable to bear his condition, Andy sought help from Baba Yaga, explaining what had happened. But Baba Yaga refused to help, saying, "When I was in trouble, Finist didn't help me either." Hearing this, Finist sank into despair. As time passed, Andy stopped visiting. Finist struggled with daily tasks, barely managing to buy food, only for children to steal his fruit. His money was running out. One day Andy visited and Finist in anger snapped, "I have no work for you. Go find something else." Andy left. As Finist's money dwindled, he resorted to eating rotten fruit from the market. One day, when even that wasn't available, he sat in the market with his basket. Baba Yaga, passing by, saw him and placed some food in his basket. Suddenly, bandits attacked the village, killing and tormenting the people. Though blind, Finist could hear their screams. When the bandits approached him, he fought back, relying on sound alone, taking on 2 or 3 at once. One bandit threw a rope at him, but Finist caught it, yanked the bandit off his horse and beat him. However, other bandits attacked from behind, knocking him unconscious. When Finist awoke, he was on a ship, his neck and hands bound to a wooden yoke. Baba Yaga and many villagers were also captives. Andy, however, was freely roaming the ship. When Baba Yaga asked how, Andy revealed he had convinced the bandits he was on their side and would keep an eye on the villagers. Andy had stolen a golden lamp from the bandits, planning to sell it for a fortune. When he rubbed it to clean it, a genie emerged, terrifying everyone. A bandit, hearing the commotion, approached, but the genie killed him and tossed him overboard. When the genie asked Andy for his wish, Andy, frightened, said, "Go back into the lamp." The genie obeyed. Another bandit arrived, held a sword to Andy's throat and reclaimed the lamp. Soon the ship reached Arabia, where the captives were lined up to be sold as slaves. A masked man bought Finist, Baba Yaga and Andy, taking them to his palace. The group was awestruck by the grand palace where robots performed tasks, an astonishing sight for such an ancient era. The man removed his mask and revealed he was a scientist who had created the robots. He explained he had built many machines to make human life easier. Finist shared his story of being a mighty warrior until his blindness ruined his life. The scientist said he had heard of Finist and Baba Yaga. The scientist bought slaves to free them. At mealtime he had his robots serve food, impressing everyone. They thought it was magic, but the scientist clarified, "This isn't magic. I've been working on these for 500 years. Shocked, Baba Yaga asked, "How are you so youthful after 500 years? The scientist revealed he had created a chemical that kept people young forever. He took them to his lab, where Finist asked how the chemical was made and if it could restore his sight. The scientist said it couldn't, but he gave Finist a pair of glasses that restored his vision. The scientist believed science could achieve any miracle and that magic users caused harm. To prove it, he used a machine to destroy the lamp's genie, which it sucked in and eliminated. That night, the scientist learned of a demon with a lion's head and a snake's tail terrorizing people on a nearby mountain. Recognizing it as the demon that blinded him, Finist insisted on joining the mission for revenge. The scientist, reluctant to endanger him, gave Finist a gadget to trap the demon without killing it. That night, Baba Yaga sneaked into the lab to drink the youth chemical but was caught. The scientist promised her some if they successfully captured the demon. The next day, the scientist showed them a spaceship to reach the mountain quickly, teaching them how to operate it. He also upgraded Finist's weapon with a button to enhance its capabilities. They set off and soon reached the mountain. After searching, Finist found the demon's footprints leading to a cave. He placed the scientist's machine outside and entered to lure the demon out. He challenged it with his weapon and ran outside, but he hit his head on a tree and passed out. The demon emerged, but before it could harm Finist, Baba Yaga activated the machine, which trapped the demon with chains. When Finist regained consciousness, they began their long journey back, stopping to rest at night. During the night, Finist heard a girl's voice from the cage. Ignoring Baba Yaga's warnings, he opened it, revealing the princess from the tower. Baba Yaga warned that the princess was the demon, but Finist, smitten, refused to listen. As he reached for her, Baba Yaga pushed him aside and locked the cage. The princess explained she was cursed. Any man who touched her would turn her into a demon. She said she wasn't evil and only attacked if provoked, living in isolation to avoid harming others. Meanwhile, the scientist had stolen a farmer's cat, which emitted light at night, benefiting the farmer. Ignoring the farmer's pleas, the scientist used his machine to extract the cat's magic, turning it into a chemical stored in his vault, where he kept many such chemicals. Finist and the princess had fallen in love. Baba Yaga and Andy planned to take them to the scientist. At the palace, they saw the scientist extract magic from a magical bird, using it to power his robots. Baba Yaga confronted him, accusing him of hypocrisy. His robots ran on magic, not science, and his youth came from magic gained by killing innocent creatures. Enraged, the scientist declared that anyone who knew his secret wouldn't live. Baba Yaga and Andy fled, freeing Finist and the princess, who revealed the scientist had been after her magic for a long time. The scientist unleashed his robots to capture them. He began extracting the princess's magic, turning her into a demon. Finist, bound, grabbed her hand to trigger her transformation, allowing her to break free and escape. Baba Yaga used her magic to fend off pursuers, throwing watermelon seeds that turned into watermelons. The scientist deployed a giant turtle robot, destroying his palace. He chased Finist and Baba Yaga, firing cannonballs. Finis told Baba Yaga to distract the robot while he climbed it to flip it over, knowing it couldn't right itself. The robot's machine began draining Baba Yaga's magic, aging her rapidly. Finis climbed the turtle but his glasses fell, blinding him again. Baba Yaga guided him, telling him how to fight. The demon princess arrived, terrifying the scientist. Finis tied a chain around the turtle's neck and flipped it, spilling its magical chemicals. The scientist tried to escape with magical wings, but they failed and he fell into the chemicals, dying. Exhausted, Finis collapsed. The princess, seeing him, cried, fearing he was dead. Her tears fell into his eyes, restoring his sight and reviving him. Finis confessed his love and vowed to stay with her, but she refused, citing her curse. Heartbroken, Finis returned to the village with Baba Yaga and Andy, longing for the princess. While searching for a way to restore her youth, Baba Yaga discovered how to break the princess's curse. She excitedly told Finis that the curse was unjustly placed on her, and their next mission would be to break it. However, that story would likely be told in the next part of the movie, which hasn't been released yet. If you liked the video, give it a like and do subscribe. Thank you for watching.